Ghost of Yotei was supposed to be Sony's next masterpiece, the follow up to Ghost of Tsushima, a modern day classic, a game that was pretty good. I loved it, I enjoyed it, but instead, Yotei has turned into one of the most embarrassing launches they've had in years. And we're talking fake sales numbers, guys, political drama, and journalists that are running defense harder than a Sony PR team and the Dallas Cowboys. And the best part, there's zero proof that this game is even a success. So let's break down what really happened here, because this story says a lot about where the gaming industry is headed and why fans should be furious. So let's talk the build up real quick for Ghost of Yotei. Before this thing even dropped, Ghost of Yotei was surrounded by controversy. We're talking about Erica Isi being the lead voice actress for the main character. She's one of the most divisive people they could have possibly chosen, replacing Jin Sakai, who was a character that fans actually loved. They went ahead and got somebody that's a proud Antifa member, a activist, somebody that has pretty wild, extreme left-wing ideology behaviors. She's literally a lunatic, and she is the figurehead of the whole project. That's number one. After that, you had devs that were literally working at Sucker Punch that were online mocking someone's death. Charlie Kirk's death was being mocked by senior developer Drew Harrison, and they got fired not too long ago. But the social media teams have been silencing criticism, and the fan base at this point has been split in half. So this was a storm waiting to happen, and oof, my God, did that storm actually happen? And Sony literally took a match, lit it, and then just burst into flames at this point. So let's talk about the PR lies and where they started, guys. So the launch date for Ghost of Yotei hits, and suddenly out of nowhere, articles are flooding Twitter claiming that Ghost of Yotei sold over 1 million copies on day one. Sounds incredible, right? Well, here's the problem. Nobody could prove it. Sony didn't announce it. Sucker Punch didn't announce it. No verified source has come out and said this has sold 1 million copies. The entire story has been coming from a random tweet where the individual has less than 10,000 followers, and now it's being recycled by every single gaming journalist, or Euralist as we call them, that are desperate to spin this thing into a win. They're like above and beyond, going next level, desperate to turn this whole situation into a win. They're calling it a massive success, a triumph for inclusivity, whatever buzzword of the week that fits their agenda, they're using it. They're absolutely using it, when in reality, the receipts to this don't exist. I've seen photos of full shelves at retail stops full of video game copies of Ghost of Yotei. I even saw them praising that a 40% drop compared to Ghost of Tsushima is still a success, which we're going to talk about that as well, if not in a different video. Meanwhile, again, like I said, there's gamers out here posting photos of store shelves that are packed full of untouched copies. Now, some people are like, oh, well, stores buy more than what they need just in case the game does really well and blah, blah, blah. No, bull crap. So many times I go to Walmart, so many times I go to GameStop, they just have enough, and they usually run out when a game does good. Employees are literally telling people, allegedly, that they haven't sold a single copy. There's been Best Buy delays. There's been missing shipments. There's literally zero hype on this. I've seen some people excited for the game, and I'll say, okay, you know what? That's fair. But the hype, I just haven't really seen it. I've seen more bad things than good things in regards to Ghost of Yotei. And sure, we're supposed to believe that this game is breaking records. Get out of here. There's no way. Funny how these people that are out there running defense for it, they love to scream out misinformation when it's someone or some kind of ideology or political beliefs that they don't like. They got to stick it to the chuds always. But when the lie helps them, it's total silence on their end. Isn't that weird how it works? So let's talk about this double standard, because that's what we're getting into right here. There's this clear double standard that side of the equation, especially with the journalist side of things, often tries to put and force down gamers' throats, guys. This is what drives me insane about modern gaming media, and why I do support things like N Kotaku from Smash JT and them. They say that they're the real journalist, right? That they have ethics, they report facts, they try to, I guess, snub YouTubers. They call them rage bait reactionaries and grifters and all those words. But when a game that aligns with their ideology flops, suddenly trust me, bro, is a valid source for their excuses. There's no accountability. It's always a trust me, bro. It was the gamer's fault. It was the chud's fault. It's right wing reactionaries' faults. They don't care about the truth when it comes to video games, and how most of the time anything that promotes woke ideology flops. Not every time, but most of the time. They care about optics, guys. It's not about whether this game is even good or bad. They don't care about Ghost of Yotei. They don't care if the game is actually good or bad, because regardless if it sucks or not, they're still going to try to defend whatever ideology or political commentary that this game or any game that's woke slop will be pushing. It's not. It's 110% not about whether the game is good. What it comes down to in the long run is it's about owning the chuds, and they admit it. If you go and look at all their social media, they want to just score Twitter likes. They want to pretend that every backlash that a video game is just angry gamers that are incels and virgins that have never touched a real woman, and they resort to all those insults. That's all it ever is, guys. It's gamers' fault. The gamers are the ones that are toxic. That's why this game is failing, and that's why this and that. They just can't appreciate art. We've seen it all. We've seen it all, guys. And the bigger picture here is why this matters. Okay, if you want to take a breather, oh, why should I care? This is why it matters, guys. This isn't just one overhyped Sony exclusive. Ghost of Yotei is not some overhyped Sony exclusive, guys. This is the future of gaming marketing. If you look at everything they're doing to promote this game and all the defense being run for it, this is the future of gaming marketing. If we keep letting them get away with this kind of behavior, especially on the journalist end of things, they're never going to stop. They're not selling you games anymore, guys. They're literally selling you a narrative. Open your eyes, Vato. Right? From American Me. It's no longer about the gameplay. It's no longer about the story. It's about controlling perception. Okay? We have to have this game that doesn't have Jin Sakai do good because it has a strong female lead, which I don't care. If a game has excellent writing, excellent gameplay, and the female lead is great as well, like Metroid, I'm more than 110% behind it. I don't care if there's a female or male protagonist. But once you reward this type of behavior that we're seeing here, once you buy into the PR spin, they'll do it again and again and again. And that's why people speak up. That's why I do what I do. That's why I make the videos I do. I speak up against this stuff. Every controversial flop, right, will get fake sales headlines. They'll get praise and stuff, while the people that are calling it out are getting labeled as haters. It's this culture war that they claim that they don't want to be part of, that they claim that we instigate, but it's them. So here's my personal take, guys. Look, I loved Ghost of Tsushima. I thought it was great. It's one of the best games I've played in the last decade. Hands down, but Ghost of Yotei, nah. It's slop. It's AAA slop, and, you know, I didn't even fucking order it. I was going to pre-order it, didn't order it. I haven't played it, and, you know, I had no interest. I had no interest going into it. Everything that I've seen about this game told me everything that I needed to know, especially all the other reactions from people. And Best Buy apparently had issues. They delayed it, right? They didn't even get their pre-orders on time. So apparently if you ordered through Best Buy, your pre-order was delayed. If stores can't even get stock on launch day, how is this selling millions of copies overnight? People still don't even have their games on launch day, right? They got them later. I'll probably check it out someday if it's on clearance or it becomes a PlayStation Plus game or whatnot, when it's $20 or less in the pre-owned section at GameStop. But full price, no, I can't support this. Absolutely not. No dice, especially with all the red flags that we've seen with Drew Harrison, that senior dev that had all the stuff to say about Charlie Kirk, all the nonsense with Erica Isi. I just, there's a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to Ghost of Yotei, and yeah, you could separate the art from the artist and all this, but no, there's just a lot of stuff going into this game that is a red flag for me. So if you're getting it, cool. That's fine. Enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. But my personal preference is I'm not going to get it. So, yeah, Ghost of Yotei might sell a few copies off of name recognition alone. It's a big Sony release, so good on that. But don't let the media gaslight you into thinking that this is a record breaking hit because it's anything but. Like I said, it hasn't been proving. They've said the same thing about Forspoken. Remember that? They said the same thing about the Saints Row remake. And we all saw how that ended. There was layoffs, there were studio closures, there was silence. So don't be surprised if we see that going into the new year, guys. Don't be surprised. The Access media doesn't care if a game succeeds or not. They just care about pushing whatever narratives they could write on their little soapbox articles. That flatters them. Don't ever forget that. Stay vigilant. Pay attention. Don't buy into it, guys. And until fans stop rewarding their garbage, they'll keep doing it. So, anyways, I need to know what you guys think about this. Is Ghost of Yotei actually performing well, or is this just another PR illusion? Drop your thoughts down below. I'll be checking them out. Smash like if you enjoyed this video. Dislike it if you didn't. Either way, it helps push this out to more people. And hit that subscription button. We're on the road to 100,000 subs. Can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.